I'm going to spend a little time talking about the materials of tippets and leaders and what they're made out of. Not everything's the same. There's a few things to consider here. So let's look at this fluorocarbon leader, Orvis Mirage. This is a 12-pound leader, and ideally I would buy a 12-pound spool of tippet to match the leader. Now as you tie flies onto your leader, you use up about 3 inches of this tippet. Your tippet's about 2 feet long to start with. So every time you change flies, you're shortening that leader 3 or 4 inches till eventually you're into the thick part of the leader. And at this point, the leader's either too short to fish with, or the flies just have no action whatsoever. So what we need to do is add a new section of tippet. And even with knotless tapered tippets, modern knotless tapered tippets, we add tippet material to it. Now, different materials have different stiffnesses, how it flexes, how it goes together. And this has 2 implications. One, you want the action to be smooth through your leader so the fly has a lot of action. But 2, the different types of materials may not bite into each other when you tie the knots. So match tippet to leader if possible. So in this case, I'm matching the 12-pound tippet to the 12-pound leader, and it's not 100% critical. It's not against the law to put a 10-pound tippet on here or a 14-pound tippet, but the ideal match is a 12-pound tippet. So let's move over to mono for a second and a different problem you may run into. Obviously, again, here's a trout leader, and obviously I want to match the tippet to the leader. Now, this is Orvis Super Strong Nylon. Orvis Super Strong Nylon is pretty flexible and it has a certain bend rate. And a perfect match is right here. Now, even though I may have Rio leaders, Orvis Super Strong tippet is not a perfect match to a Rio leader. This is a 5X leader, this is a 5X tippet. They're the same diameter, but they're not the same flexibility. So it's not an ideal perfect match. However, if I'm out at the fishing camp, at the fishing lodge, and I'm fishing and I run out of tippet material and I have to put Orvis on my Rio leader, I'm going to do it and I'm going to catch fish. But if I'm in the shop buying brand new stuff, I'm going to buy it to match. Super Strong to Super Strong. Mirage to Mirage. I want it to match if possible. It's not against the law to do it non-matching, but it's the best way. One more question. What if you're going to, here's a tricky situation that we have in the shop occasionally. Is it okay to attach fluorocarbon to a monofilament leader? A monofilament leader is a lot cheaper than a fluorocarbon leader. So if you just replace the tippet section, now you have a nice, clear, quicker sinking tippet than you normally would have had. Is it okay to do that? Well, yes, it is, but with a couple of caveats. Tying it together, the materials have different stiffnesses and they have different knot characteristics. The knot that we like to use, tying fluorocarbon to mono or vice versa, is a triple surgeon's knot. And otherwise, we always use a double surgeon's knot because it's stronger. So yes, you can tie fluorocarbon to monofilament, but you have to be careful in how you do it. Ta-da!